Shalom, welcome to King David's 20-minute book highlights, the secret history of human resets, the Great Mud Flood of 1834, the 1587 plasma event, the biblical flood, and other historical reset theories by Johnny David. Page 131 if you have the book. I'm going to make this really quick. I have a very busy day today. I'm trying to feed the people, to open up your mind to see what they've been hiding, the ones past secret societies who would have governments. Most building design, we're talking about the mud flood, so if you don't know what's been going on, go and check my previous videos and you can get up to date, man. Alright, people. Most buildings designated, hiya, my boy. Designated for orphan asylums seem huge. It's almost impossible to establish how many orphans existed. In the 19th century, as good records were not kept or were lost. Why were there such large orphanages? According to the mainstream historians, many children would lose one or both their parents before coming of age in societies where people married early, had many children, and experienced a high death rate in young adulthood. Some of these children were not technically orphans, but were abandoned by their parents. This is what the mainstream's saying. There were a series of laws passed in the 1800s making it almost impossible for unwed mothers to keep their babies. The 1833 Poor Law Reformation introduced bastardy clauses that shifted the entire responsibility for the illegitimate child onto the mother. A lot of social stigma was placed on unwed mothers. Many were placed in workhouses. Advertisements for adoption or nurse care became popular in newspapers. Most children of unwed mothers were left with orphanages, asylums, convert schools, and workhouses. I don't dispute that part about the unwed mothers. However, I do believe that they would have exaggerated that part just so they can bring the clones in, man, bring the artificial humans in. Do you understand? Through the back door, so to speak. Do you understand? Just to make up the populations, man. After the mud flood, what had happened. Most of the children of unwed mothers were left in orphanages, asylums, and convert schools and workhouses. All children taken into these institutions were given entirely new identities. Man, do you understand? Even the clones, man, no identities for the clones, man, do you understand? They were provided with shelter, food, and clothing temporarily, and then sent off to workhouses or another location. Mud flood theorists believe that perhaps some of these children were taken away from adults who survived the mud flood and were placed in large mental asylums. Other theorists summarise that people were bred artificially and given the false narrative that they were orphans. Yeah, man. There's some pictures here, like, in the orphanages, man. Think how many clones, artificial humans there would have been there, man, in these orphanages. Just to make up the population after the mud flood. And that's why they tampered with my phone. They didn't want you to see this information, man. And because of what happened to me when I was 11 and the hazy abuse in House of 39. Alright, so I'm exposing people who are part of secret societies. They look after the ones in the Brotherhood, man. Even if the Brotherhood did bad things, man, to the individual when I was a kid, you understand? And when they're older still, man. Orphans in literature. Many workers of literature feature orphans. 19th century literary works featuring orphans include Oliver Twist, David Copperfield, Pippa, I can't pronounce that last one, Jane Eyre, Heathcliff, Catherine Earnshaw, Jude Frawley, and Kim. Other works like Miserable feature children whose parents abandoned them. This theme continues in modern literature, such as Harry Potter, The Secret Garden, Anne of Green Gables, I can't pronounce that, forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, Tom Sawyer, Little Orphan Annie, and Ballet Shoes. Literary experts say literary works often feature orphans because being an orphan created great drama. An orphan is a character out of place, forced to make his or her own home in the world. Each novel featuring an orphan will describe the efforts of an ordinary individual to navigate his or her way through the trials of life. Mud flood theorists say orphans are featured in literature because they made up a large percentage of the population in the 1800s. If human history is filled with cycles of growth, death and reset, then a period of repopulation may follow each reset. This period of repopulation would be filled with clones, orphans, or lost children. Maybe all people have orphans in their recent ancestry, yet this history is buried, downplayed, or covered up. Being an orphan is part of our human psyche. Okay, people, that's King David's 20-minute book highlights. It's getting interesting, man. And yeah, keep on the grind, keep being kind, open your mind to critical thinking, and I know that cognitive dissidence may come around, yeah, because you're being presented with new information which is challenging the information which you was taught in the indoctrination system. But you have to understand, yeah, we have been lied to by people part of secret societies, man, you understand? I'm not saying all people are bad, part of secret societies. I unfortunately had a bad experience, yeah, growing up with my family, some of my family, some who are part of secret societies, yeah, and what they did to me, and then continue to do to me as an adult, okay? But we are the Israelites, I'm from the tribe of Judah, okay, people, man. And yeah, man, this is the true channel, man. King David, out.